going on, my friends? I hope you're well. And by the title of this video, I think you know what I'm about to talk about. The Production Music Conference is coming up. It's coming up October 7th here in about a week and a half. And there are people that talk about this, but I don't know how much of it's been kind of mentioned, kind of throughout things that you need to do. But if you're going to a production music conference, like the Production Music Conference this year that I go to, the working one, or if you're going to another conference like Taxi or something, there are a couple of things that you need to know that are very important when you go to this conference. Now, let me preface something here real quick. If you're new to sync licensing and you haven't been to a conference, or if you've been doing it a little bit, don't worry about your first conference if you don't get a contract or a deal or connect with a library. You're meeting them and you're talking to them and you're getting a good idea of what they do and they don't. It's amazing when you're talking to these guys in person, what they'll tell you. And they may take a genre of music you do, but there may be a certain style of it they may or may not take. This is a part of, you need to do your research and go through these libraries, listen to their music. And you may have heard this already before. Just kind of keep notes of who you want to talk to if you know they're going to be at this conference. For instance, I know there's a couple of libraries that I want to talk to that are going to be at the conference this year, and I'm going to make notes to talk to them because I want to get them some music. But just don't worry about, if you don't. It took me a couple of conferences, a couple of years to kind of get acclimated and get a feel for what was going on. They start knowing you. You're coming every year, and they start, hey, locking into you. Those things work because, the conference has gotten me some deals with some good libraries. I'm not going to lie. It really helped my career. And the cool thing about it is you're going to meet other composers, a lot of composers at the conference that you can collaborate with. They can lead you to libraries. And, it may be one of those things I've talked about before where you collaborate with that composer and they get into this library. That library may not take what you're doing by yourself, but what you do with that composer, they take, and it's great. That is another great avenue in this business that most people don't talk about a lot. They mention it here and there, but collaboration, they may say collaboration, but that form of collaboration where you got composers that they're not hiding anything. I've had them my first year of my conference walk me around to some of these guys and go, hey, this is Chris. They didn't have to do that. They said the kindness of their heart, they did that. And these guys are very successful and connected in the business. And you're going to find there's going to be a lot of cool people that do that for you. So, but do your research and be prepared, for that when you do go. But here's a couple of the most important things that I can tell you need to do if you're going to a conference. They will help you so much. They really will. I'm telling you, they will. First and foremost, it blows my mind, and I've talked about this before, it blows my mind how many people do not take business cards with them to these conferences. Guys, your business card, you got to have it. I have this little thing that I put them in. I've got a whole stack that I refill this thing with, just so it fits in my pocket, doesn't damage them. But I'm like, hey, you got a business card? Why, yes, I do. There's my business card, and it's got, my number and email and my webpage, and you flip it over, and I've got a little quick bio and a photo of me. Now, the one thing I want to do, there's a lot of people, and I just kind of got away from it. I didn't have time to do it this year, but in years to come, what I want to do is maybe take my little photo back there off or the bio or something. Probably the bio. Keep the photo. It's put a QR code. You got companies like Flowcode that can do the flow page for you. The QR code goes straight to your web page or any page that you want them to go to. Because at the end of the day, that's my next point. Have a presence somewhere where they can find you. Have a web page or some sort of a landing page somewhere, whether it be social media or something. And the important thing is that you have somewhere where they can listen to your music. Have a show reel. I've got a show reel on my webpage that's got not every placement, just a few random placements, over the past few years that just showcase a few styles of music that I do, just kind of a good variation, the rock and the tension underscore and some other stuff. And if you go to my webpage at chriswilliamsmusic.org, you will find that I have a show reel. It's a picture. It's basically your web page doesn't need to be complicated, guys. It just needs to be a good business card, a good place for them to find you and contact you. You know, it's going to be in your music when you send music in your email as well. But that web page is important when you're at the conference. So if you look at my web page, you'll see it. I hope that isn't backwards. Go there and you'll see my show reel. It'll give you an idea of something that you can do that gives these people an idea. Now, the one thing a lot of people are doing now that gets them there quicker is the QR code, and I need to get that on there because they scan it with their phone. They're moving quick, you know. They get the business card with them. Don't feel bad. They're gonna take it home and they may toss it or something. Who cares? You're getting it out there, and they see that. But you would be surprised at the people that are going to your webpage and they're looking and they're listening to your music. And they ask what libraries you're writing for them. Tell them every library you write for, because they may know those libraries. They'll go listen to the music. If the library has their catalog public, they may be friends with those library owners, and they may vet you. Excuse me. They may vet you. Music supervisors I talked about, they're a hard nut to crack. They really are a hard nut to crack. But if you meet one and you can make a connection one and get on their list and you've got music that catches their attention, go for it. But I would start with libraries, and it's been talked to before. But there are music supervisors at these conferences. At these conferences, especially the one I'm going to, it's working. The music supervisors, they're speaking on panels and they're talking. And when the panel's over with, they'd be glad to answer a couple of your questions. But the best question you can ask a music supervisor is simply this, because a lot of people say, oh, forget the libraries, go with the supervisors. Don't fall for that, guys. You need to start with libraries. You need to hit the libraries hard. This is where these supervisors and these editors mostly go to. The editors are the one picking most of the needle drop music. Supervisors are a music supervisor's job, as I've said before, is to look for music specifically for a specific project at hand. Their job is not to just bring in music and listen to music. But they do have mailing lists. They have feelers they put out. And if they trust your music, mind you, it's a trusted source. If they trust your music, they will put you on that list. But they're not just going to put you on that list if they don't trust you, they don't know you, you're not vetted. Best question you can ask a music supervisor when you meet one at the conference is simply this. Where do you look for your music? What places do you go? Because I want to make sure I have my music there so I have better chances. They would respect that because they, if you understand and you know that it's hard for them just to take your music without being vetted, it's a liability. Music supervisors are very serious about this stuff. That's not to say you can't link with a music supervisor, don't get me wrong, but it's a hard way to go, guys, I'm telling you. There's nothing wrong with getting a lot of good libraries. I'm with some libraries that get a lot of placements, and I'm telling you, this is where you start, this is where it's at. So have a web page and have business cards. Have a good landing page. If you can do the QR code, do it. Have it on a business card. Don't just have a QR code. They don't know what it goes to. Have a business card that has that QR code, a picture of you, a little picture. But if you don't have a picture, don't worry about it. And then, your information, because these are the things that they love. They really do. Have somewhere they can listen to your music. Number 3, this is important right here. And I'm just finishing this up here. I'm working on get a 10 or 15 track album of some tracks that you're the best at. I'd do one album of the same genre, and I'd pitch that album at the conference. Here's the beauty of this. If you don't find a library at the conference, don't worry about it. You've got that album, can go to another one of your libraries that you work with that love your music. Don't worry about it. There's always somewhere for that music to go. That's how I roll and what works for me, and it will work for you. Don't leave it in your hard drive. Always have somewhere for that music to go. Never waste good music. Don't keep it on your hard drive and waste it. Get it out there. Get it out there. There's a lot of good libraries that can place that stuff that really put it to good use. If I've learned anything, I've learned that for sure. So I'm building up a disco placement. I use disco now. I love it. It's worth the subscription. Whether you subscribe or not, SoundCloud is just not where to go right now with it. It's just not the way to go. The ads and everything, SoundCloud screwed me up one time. And it was the last time I ever used it for a playlist with a library, because they ended up, SoundCloud screwed the link up and some other stuff, and they never got it. They got the email, but the link didn't work. It's SoundCloud. SoundCloud is not well. I know some people may vary with their opinion, and that's okay. My comment about that is not to argue. It's just I'm telling you, the industry platform right now is Disco. It's professional. You can use something called Real Crafter. That's another one that is really good. Most of these guys in the industry are. I was talking to a guy with a huge library last year. Actually, it was a. I don't have any music with them. It's a library called Level 77. They really get a lot of placements, and they do a great job. Based out of Atlanta, but one of their guys is out of Texas. And he said, "Man, everybody's hot on disco, man. If you're not using it," I said, "Oh, I'm on it." Disco, man, because this SoundCloud stuff is just killing people right now. They're broken links and problems. So that's a testament that it does work, and it's not that much a month. I think I'm paying, I can't remember, 14 a month. I think I just paid 140 for the year. I can't remember, but it really works. And I've sent music with it, and it's just efficient, man. It really is. They do a great job with it, and the industry trusts it. So I'm getting a disco playlist together, and when I contact these libraries, I talk to them and sit down and have lunch with them or talk to them over a drink at the conference. I'm going to send them an email as soon as I get done talking to them or right when I'm there. That's what you do. That's number 4. If you meet a library you really want to send music to, and they're like, "Send me some music, I'd love to hear it." As soon as you get done talking to them and y'all are done talking about it, get on there, send the link, send the email, and say, "Hey, listen, thank you for your time so much at the conference. It was great to meet you. I really enjoyed talking to you. Here's the link of the music that you requested. Thank you so much. Respectfully, Chris Williams." Quick and to the point. You don't have to say, "This is so-and-so, and I told you about this and that." Don't worry about it. They know. They talk to you. Just get the music, and you'll be fine. What you need to do is keep that link of that disco playlist or that playlist, whatever. You can do a drop. If they say Dropbox is fine and you have a Dropbox, that's okay. If you have a box.com, WeTransfer right now is taking a little bit of hit of some things. So I use Dropbox as a backup, kind of is for backup of certain files, but I use Dropbox too. There's another option for you, Dropbox. If you just can't, but Dropbox is good for large files, which you can on Disco. You can send the tracks on Disco. You can upload all your alts, and they can download them off from Disco. If they ask you to do that, do it through Disco. But if you're going to do one consolidated file of everything, Dropbox is the way to go. I have one library uses Box.com, which is fine. He has a dedicated folder for my name as a composer in his account. So I just uploaded everything into that file folder. And you will find that every library is different. They have their own protocol. So understand that. So get that link. It's on your phone or on your computer somewhere where you can cut and paste that link. Double check that link. I don't care what it is, I test that link. I go from, if I built that link in Safari, I'll go over to the Google browser and put it fresh into there so I know it's going to go to it. It's not locked in, that's been opened before on the Safari library or whatever browser you're using. Just make sure it's a tested link and it goes to it. But anyway, guys, you get the gist with the disco playlist. I think that's a good way to go. If you guys are going to the Production Music Conference, I would love to see you there. I really would. Stop and say hey to me. Another option is they have a virtual ticket, and don't hold me to this, but I think it's like $100. Get the virtual ticket and watch it. Those panels are fantastic. You'll learn a lot from it. But just keep those things in mind. I hope that it helps. I didn't want to make this video too long. I want to thank you so much for watching. And when new things come along, I'm going to cut you in. I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Be cool. Bye.